Hello and welcome to Hollywood at Home from Arizona Public Media. I'm Victoria Lucas. Tonight's movie is the 1963 comedy extravaganza, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, featuring possibly the most impressive array of comic talent ever to appear together in one movie. Director Stanley Kramer assembled a veritable who's who of American comedy, including Milton Berle, Phil Silvers, Ethel Merman, Jonathan Winters, Buddy Hackett, Sid Caesar, Dick Shawn, Mickey Rooney, Buster Keaton, and those were only the lead roles. You'll also enjoy brief supporting roles and cameos by top stars like Don Knotts, Carl Reiner, Zazu Pitts, Jimmy Durante, Jerry Lewis, Jack Benny, even the Three Stooges. Of course, where there are comics, there must be a straight man to ground the story in some sort of reality. For that job, Kramer chose none other than 8-time Oscar nominee and 2-time winner Spencer Tracy to ride herd on his collection of comedic cats. Stanley Kramer was best known in the early 1960s for his powerful dramas like Inherit the Wind and Judgment at Nuremberg. But when New York Times film critic Bosley Crowther dared him to make a funny movie, Kramer not only accepted the challenge, he announced he was going to make the biggest funny movie ever. He had read and liked a quaint little English script about hidden gold. So he brought the screenwriters, William and Tanya Rose, to the U.S., where they worked with him to expand and expand and expand their story to achieve, in Kramer's own words, the comedy to end all comedies. The premise is relatively simple. A small-time crook who stole a lot of money years ago and then buried it for safekeeping is involved in a terrible car crash on a remote highway. Some passing motorists rush to his aid, but unfortunately, it's too late to save him. Fortunately, it's not too late for them to hear his dying words in which he mentions the money and hints at its location, thus propelling those good Samaritans into an increasingly wild and wacky cross-country chase as they try to beat each other to the treasure. During the casting process, Kramer and the screenwriters continued their work by adapting each written character to the special talents and quirks of each performer. Finally, production began in June 1962 on location in Palm Springs and the Mojave Desert. Now, as you may imagine, summer in the desert is not the best time or place to shoot a movie, but it was the only time the entire ensemble could be brought together during a lull in their schedules. Air-conditioned trailers provided spaces for the actors to cool off between shots, and spirits remained high. Phil Silvers later said, "It was a great honor. Everyone wanted to be part of it. Stanley Kramer, Spencer Tracy, no one turns down being in a movie with them. Even when it was 120 degrees in the shade, no one ever said, 'I wish I hadn't agreed to do this picture.'" Anyway, with so much talent gathered in one place, there really was more to life than heat and dust. Between scenes, comedians tried out new material as they attempted to one-up each other. But as Kramer later remembered, they worshipped Spencer Tracy and worked hard to keep him amused. One of Tracy's favorite bits was Jonathan Winters improvising entire movies while impersonating Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. For his part, Tracy, always a highly disciplined actor, found himself warming to the improvisational approach of the comedians. He later told Kramer that it was the most fun he ever had on a film set. So now please sit back and enjoy the comedy to end all comedies. From United Artists, it's a mad, 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 mad world.